PS Plus Extra and Premium time once again. More games have been added to the catalogue, some games have been updated for PS5, and a crazy amount are being removed very soon. The update will drop on Tuesday the 21st of May at about midday local time. I'll show you gameplay and tell you a little about each game, and you tell us what you plan to play. Easy enough, let's do this. I'm Adam, hello there. Let's begin with the Extra tier. The headliner of the month is Red Dead Redemption 2. First released in 2018, but set back in the times of cowboys, we play as Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang. In a huge open world, we either play with honour and integrity, or as an outlaw, or maybe a little bit of both. With shootouts, robberies, bounties to track down legendary animals to hunt, and all within a single-player story about the final days of the fabled gang. On the other side, there is the multiplayer mode. Just like GTA Online, we have Red Dead Online. In this one, we'll be gathering a posse, running our own moonshine business, and the inevitable battles with other players. Review scores average out at 97%. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece for sure. Game 2 is crime boss Rockay City on the PS5, a star-studded heist game as we fill the boots of Travis Baker, who is tipped to be the next underworld kingpin. To achieve that feat, the game has us build a 4-player team. That can be real players, or the squad will be filled with AI. And honestly, if you've ever played a Payday game, it's essentially trying to do the same thing. Get the cash, get the loot by any means necessary. Stealthy and quiet, or all guns blazing. There is also a single-player campaign, which is a roguelike of sorts. The player must expand their territory across Rockay City and get through a few turf wars too. Crime Boss was hated by the reviewers with an average score of 4 out of 10, and I won't lie, just because of those scores, I want to play a bit more. How about you? Here's a game worth a look-see, Deceive Inc. on the PS5. Part first-person shooter, part social deduction game. We are an undercover agent and must complete our mission and get out unscathed. But there are other real players doing the same thing with similar objectives, which makes for some incredibly tense moments, as anyone around you could be an agent waiting to pounce, or worse still, steal your bounty. With tons of characters to choose from, making this essentially a hero shooter, I guess, and weapons to customize, this espionage action game could be great with friends. Deceive Inc. arrives on May 21st. We have a returning game to the catalogue this month, Watch Dogs, the OG action hacker game set in the dreary Chicago area. The gadgets of Watch Dogs are what spring to mind to me, and if you're planning on jumping into another free-to-play game, X-Defiant, next week, you'll find the hacker group DedSec is represented on that battlefield too. Anyway, I've got sidetracked. Watch Dogs has a great deal of vehicles at your fingertips, and you'll be driving more than you expect to, because this game was intended to be a driver game. It somehow evolved into this. Average review score, 80 out of 100. Another Ubisoft game hitting the catalogue this month is The Settlers' New Allies. The part city builder, part real-time strategy game has us choose a faction and evolve our skeleton crew into a bustling city, all the while preparing for war with rival clans who are looking to expand their land just like us. The story mode takes us through multiple scenarios and difficulties, and this version of The Settlers also supports 4-person multiplayer. Mixed reviews here with the average at 60 out of 100. Last year, The Sims 4 went free to play. The life sim is great, but the problem was most of the great things to do were still locked behind a paywall, and that's where PS Plus Extra comes in. The Sims 4 City Living. This expansion adds a densely populated city to the game, with differing neighbourhoods and unique locations to visit. This update also adds festivals to the city with street performers and live music to watch. The goal here is to keep on living and one day reach the penthouse and luxury living. It's a long way away from rat-infested kitchens. Another month brings another LEGO game. This time it's the LEGO Movie 2. The alien monster invaders have left Bricksburg in ruins and taken Emmett's friends. It's up to us to step up and casually save the entire solar system, journeying out into space, discovering new worlds, and building faster than is humanly possible. You know LEGO games, they do nothing new, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. Next, not one, but 2 Cat Quest games. The action RPG from a top-down perspective set in the open world of Felingard. I haven't played these, so I'll have to rely on descriptions here. The player takes control of an anthropomorphic cat who embarks on a quest to rescue his kidnapped sister, with gameplay mechanics centered around dungeon crawling, equipment leveling, and real-time combat. Cat Quest 2 adds a dog into the world as we control both animals following a prophecy about the duo. Reviewers say these games are 7 and 8 out of 10, so they're pretty good indeed. check out Stranded: Alien Dawn on both PS4 and PS5. We've gone and crash landed on a mysterious planet and need to survive and prosper. Stranded is a simulation game where we manage our settlers and overcome obstacles in ever increasingly difficult scenarios. But this game isn't trying to ruin your playthrough constantly. The player chooses how tough things will be, like turning off natural disasters or the frequency that the local aliens come to try and eat your best mate Dave. Maps are procedurally generated, so everyone should have a unique playthrough. Reviewers loved Stranded: Alien Dawn. Average score 85 out of 100. Very impressive. If you're paralysed by choice this month, take a suggestion from me. A little show named Fallout released in April, and it was so good that many of us jumped back into Fallout games, like Fallout 76, which is currently on PS Plus Extra. But my suggestion is Fallout 4. One of the greatest open world RPGs ever made has a shiny new PS5 version, with a separate trophy list, lots of quality of life updates, and a 60 frames per second performance mode. Which really helps, because the old one used to run at like 26 frames a second. The game starts before the first nuke is dropped, just like in the TV show, and has us searching for our family hundreds of years later, just like the TV show. I'm currently playing it. In fact, everyone on my friends list is playing it. Will you go back to a game that's almost a decade old? It's the depressing part of the video now, all the games that are leaving the catalogue on May 21st. So if you've started one of these, be sure to get it played before it becomes locked. In fact, there are so many games being removed from the catalogue this time around that it's easier to show you how to check for yourself. From the PS5 menu, select PS Plus and then go up and over to Collections. Then right at the bottom of the screen is the Last Chance to Play section. In the next 7 days, we will lose Abzu, Adrift, How to Survive, The Artful Escape, Ashen, Last Stop, I Am Dead, Absolver, My Friend Pedro, The Messenger, Jotun, Sundered, World of Final Fantasy, This Is the Police 1 and 2, Elix, Monster Jam Steel Titans 2, Minute, Observation, and not one, but 6 main Final Fantasy games, going from Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-2, 12, and 15. They keep coming. MX vs ATV Legends, Elix 2, Wreckfest on both PS4 and PS5, Darksiders 1, 2, and 3, and Genesis, Kingdoms of Amalur, and finally Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. All of those are leaving us very soon, so if you haven't finished any of these and you really want to, now's your time to really put in the hours and get there, because soon enough they will become locked and removed from the catalogue. Bad times indeed. Okie dokie, over to the Premium and Deluxe update and 3 more games for you guys who love retro video gaming. G-Police, the Blade Runner inspired combat simulation, is here. 2 Extreme is an extreme sports game where you can be snowboarding in Japan 1 minute and mountain biking in Africa the next. And we have Worms Pinball. I don't think I need to explain this one, it's pinball, but worms themed. So that's all 13 games added and 35 removed this month. How are you feeling about PS Plus in 2024? I'll be snooping in the comments to find out. I'm Adam, you're awesome, it's been a pleasure. See ya!